So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class we are going to discuss the June 2026 week 4th current affairs and let us start with the first question. So I hope you are aware we do it in actually question answer format. If you want to watch the previous classes, go to our playlist. We have made a separate playlist for the weekly current affairs. Okay, so let us start with the first question of the day. Which of the following cities is set to become India's first 15-minute yoga city? So basically, I'm sure you must be aware 21st June is celebrated as International Yoga Day. So on this occasion, this was announced. So basically, the answer is option B. Rajkot in Gujarat is the right answer to this question. World's first 15-minute yoga city. That's what you should be knowing. Now, let's move on to the next one. Who among the following was recently elected as Colombia's new president? Colombia is actually a country in South America. Okay. And recently, a new president has been elected. His name is option C. Abelardo de la Espriella. I don't know the pronunciation. Sorry for that. So C is the right answer. And this is South America. So just west of Venezuela. Here you will find this Colombia. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. Which of the following countries topped World Economic Forum's Energy Transition Index 2026? So Energy Transition Index is released by World Economic Forum and Sweden has got rank 1 and India has got 70th rank in it. World Economic Forum Energy Transition Index. So right answer is D is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next one. Who among the following will head search selection committee for National Sports Board? So this will be headed by the current Cabinet Secretary of India, Mr. T.V. Somanathan. Cabinet Secretary is the senior most bureaucrat, senior most IAS officer of the country. Okay, that's what you should be knowing. Now, the committee is this national. What is the job of National Sports Board? This actually is responsible for selecting apex regulatory officials like public administration, sports law, etc. and all. So C is the right answer. Next is India's first polar and ocean museum will be established where? Right answer is option D, Goa. India's first polar and ocean museum to come up at NCPOR campus in Goa. And that is National Center for Polar and Oceanic Research. That's what you can see it here. This is NCPOR. And you must be knowing it about that. Let's move on. Ab dekh sakte ho? It is an Indian Research and Development Institute in Vasco da Gama at Goa. Vasco da Gama is a place in Goa. Next is which of the following airlines became the first to launch international flights from Navi Mumbai International Airport? So Navi Mumbai International Airport was inaugurated last year only. And Air India Express became the first flight to launch to have an international flight. So you can see it here, Navi Mumbai International Airport in Navi Mumbai. And if you see it, it was commenced its operation from 25th December 2025, and recently it has the Air India Express became the first flight to go international from this airport. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Next is who has been reappointed as the Solicitor General of India. Solicitor General is the second law officer of India, second highest law officer. Second highest law officer of India. So right answer is Mr. Tushar Mehta. Okay. And the highest law officer of India is Attorney General. Please tell me who is the Attorney General of India right now. So Solicitor General is the second highest law officer and the first highest law officer is Attorney General AG. Please tell me who is currently the Attorney General of India. Write in the comment section. Next is what is India's rank in Energy Transition Index? We have just discussed 70th rank and rank 1 is Sweden. We have discussed these things. So you can see it here. World Economic Forum releases Energy Transition Index. Rank 1 is Switzerland and India has got 70th rank. Energy transition means we are moving towards renewable energy, transiting from the coal base or the conventional source of energy to renewable source of energy. That is the idea behind this. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. What is the name of world's first AI art museum opened in Los Angeles? Los Angeles is in America. It is famous for Hollywood, like Mumbai is famous for Bollywood. Similarly, Los Angeles is famous for Hollywood. So world's first AI art museum opened in Dataland. C is the right answer. And AI generated art. That is what you should know. Next is who among the following UK Prime Minister recently announced his resignation. So basically Keir Starmer has resigned and he's from Labour Party. You should know it. And now a new person has been elected as the Prime Minister from the same Labour Party. And his name is Andy Burnham. And he took the charge also 1 or 2 days back. So D is the right answer to this question. Next is India defeated which country in the final to win FIH Hockey Women's Nation Cup? So right answer actually is option C. New Zealand is the right answer to this question. And आप देख सकते हो. So India versus New Zealand final happened. Actually, the host country was where the event happened was also in New Zealand. Women's FIH hockey. Next is Aadhaar app recently crossed how many downloads? So 31 million. So 31 million means 3.1 crore. Okay, so D is the right answer to this question. Next is according to CUET, India became the world's top dash nation in 2025. India is the world's top in ship recycling. So C is the right answer. CUET stands for United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, and they have come up with a report which says that in 2025, India was the global leader in ship recycling. So C is the right answer. And Maritime India Vision 2030 target is there of India. Because the target is that by 2030 we should have become the global ship recycling hub, but we have become in 2025 only. Next is which district of Jammu Kashmir recently received a Scotch Award for excellence in healthcare? So answer is option C, Poonch district. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana Sehat scheme. So C is the right answer to this question. Next is which of the following seaports was recently designated as India's 41st seaport immigration post? So immigration post Haldia, which is near, I think almost 100 kilometers from Kolkata, you will find this port. And actually, immigration post means you can travel, you can exit to other country with the help of passport, visa, etc. That's the idea behind this. Next is who among the following former Supreme Court judge received Padma Vibhushan for public affairs? So answer is Justice K.T. Thomas. C is the right answer to this question. And you search it, you will get this video where we have discussed about all the Padma Awards winner. Okay. So Padma Awards are generally announced in the month of January, around 26 January on the occasion of Republic Day. But actually it is given later on. That's what you should know in the ceremony. So C is the right answer. Next is who among the following was named Best Male Athlete at inaugural Indian Athletes of the Year Award? Right answer is option C, Neeraj Chopra. Best Male Athlete of the Year at inaugural Indian Athletes Award. So C is the right answer. Next is Kirthai hydroelectric project is planned on which river? It is actually on Chenab River, especially after India cancelled Indus Water Treaty. Or I would say suspended the Indus Water Treaty after, the Operation Sindoor. Actually, we suspended this Indus Water Treaty. And after that, this project at Chenab River is being built, and these are the proposal. So, center's panel recommends in principle forest diversion, etc. So, these things are in the news. Please read about this Indus Water Treaty. In the last year, we had discussed it. So, on our Law Entrance channel, we have provided a video where we have discussed in detail about Indus Water Treaty. And it was actually last year suspended after Operation Sindoor by India. NHI, National Highway Authority of India, partnered with which organization to establish India's first Transport Economic Research Center? So right answer is option B, NCAER. National Council for Applied Economic Research has signed MOU. Has signed MOU with NHAI. What is NHAI? National Highway Authority of India. So this authority is responsible for making highways, national highways in India. Okay, that's what you should know. So B is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following ministries will launch India's first monthly index of service production? Like we have index of industrial production, we have GDP, and all these data are released by MOSPI. Similarly, the ministry, MOSPI means Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. This will come up with another index of service production, to calculate the performance of service production in India. Measure changes over time in the volume of output produced by the service sector. So they will measure how the service sector is performing. And this is the ministry who will come up with the data. This is the same ministry who comes up with GDP data. So MOSPI, under MOSPI, there is a body called as NSO, National Statistical Office, which comes up with GDP data every year. Next is India's first private gold mine and processing unit was inaugurated where? So the answer is Jonagiri. C is the right answer. In Andhra Pradesh. Jonagiri, Kurnool district, Andhra Pradesh. India's first private gold mine. C is the right answer to this question. Next is US Senate recently approved a war powers resolution aimed at restricting military actions against Iran. So US Senate is upper house of US Congress. So in America, they do not use the word parliament, they use the word Congress. So US Congress is like a US parliament, and they have two houses, House of Representative and Senate. So Senate is very similar to Rajya Sabha in India. Not exactly the same, but you can say it's the upper house. So very similar, you can say, like Rajya Sabha in India. So they passed a resolution, war powers resolution, and said that we should not actually further initiate military actions against Iran. Although it was just symbolic, because of course all the powers is with the president to decide. So it was just a symbolic resolution. And we have seen, I'm sure you must be aware, we have witnessed a lot of things with regards to, a lot of news with regards to US-Iran war we have discussed. Next is, who among the following recently released the book VIP Culture in India, Power, Privilege and Distance from Democracy. So this has been recently released by Vice President of India, Dr. C.P. Radhakrishnan. So C is the right answer to this question. But it is written by Mr. Nebam Rabia. He is a former member of parliament. Authored by Mr. Nebam Rabia and Sri Sandeep Kumar. So these two people have written the book, and it was recently released by Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan, the Vice President of India. The name of the book is VIP Culture India, Power, Privilege and Distance from Democracy. Next is, India has secured which position in FATF, Financial Action Task Force, for the first time? Right answer is, Indian Vice President has been, we have seen an Indian appointed as Vice President of Financial Action Task Force for the term 2026-2027. Now, just wait for a minute. So Financial Action Task Force is an intergovernmental body established with the help of G7. It is a G7 initiative to fight money laundering and terror financing. It is headquartered in France, Paris. Okay. And they have two lists, very famous, black list and grey list. And I think in black list we have Russia, Iran and North Korea is there. Russia, Iran. I think Myanmar is also there. Please check it. There are 3-4 countries in black list, and in grey list we have a lot of countries. Okay. So they maintain actually black list and grey list. And according to them, like basically they say they want to curb money laundering and terror financing. That is what they said. So president actually is there. Vice president actually is an Indian bureaucrat, has been appointed as a vice president of FATF. So C is the right answer. Next is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited which country as guest of honor at National Day Golden Jubilee celebration? So the right answer actually is Seychelles. C is the right answer to this question. And on 27 to 29, from 27 to 29 June, he was there in Seychelles. Okay. And he was there given an award by Dr. Patrick Hermini, Seychelles president. The award is called as Guardian of the Blue Horizon. This was actually, this is a newly instituted honor. And the first winner actually is PM Modi. Okay. So you should remember it. They can ask these types of questions. That Guardian of the Blue Horizon is an award given by which country to PM Modi? So the answer is Seychelles. Okay. Where is Seychelles? So this is India. This is Indian Ocean. So somewhere here you will find an island country called as Seychelles. And this Seychelles actually belongs to Africa continent. So they belong to Africa continent. Okay. That is what you should be knowing. Next is, DRDO recently achieved final operation clearance for which indigenous system? Indigenous means made in India. Right answer is option C. Netra AEW and C system. What is this? Netra Airborne Early Warning and Control System. Okay, C is the right answer to this question. India's indigenous eye in the sky that strengthens air power. India is the 5th country in the world to develop this capability. Now, what exactly it is? And it will be used by Indian Air Force. तो इसके top में कुछ लगा हुआ, I think, air plane के ऊपर में. Are you able to see it? है ना? On the top of the plane, है ना? Airborne Early Warning System mounted on the Brazilian Embraer EMB 145 aircraft. This is the aircraft, है ना? Embraer, you can see. And on the top of it, actually, this early warning system, है ना, has been attached. So what exactly it is? It is an indigenously made active electronic scanned array radar, one of the most advanced radar technology. And SI it is called. So this actually helps find out any incoming aircraft, missile or drone from the and directing a friendly fighter aircraft and air defense assault during combat sector. So when you are traveling it, you will get to know that if there is any aeroplane coming from the front or missile or any other thing. That is for that this AVEX airborne early warning control system is being used. And India, we have what the name of it AWACS is. This is actually system, early airborne early warning and control system. And the name of it in India is ISA, active electronically scanned array. Okay, that's what you should know. So we are done with C option. आगे चलते. Which PSU, public sector unit shipbuilding company, has been recently granted Navratna status? So has been granted. So the answer actually is Garden Reach Shipbuilders Limited, very famous ship making company from Kolkata. They have been given Navratna status. C is the right answer to this question. And what is a Maharatna? What is Navratna? What is Mini Ratna? So Maharatna, these are the definition of Maharatna. This one and this one actually. Yeah, this ye alag box hai. And this is the definition of Maharatna. And this is Navratna. So definition of Navratna, you can see this is the definition here. And this is the definition of Navratna. And then from here you can come here. Okay. And similarly, Maharatna ka definition is here. And from here you can come here and read about it. Similarly, we have Mini Ratna category 1, Mini Ratna category 2 also. And these are the definition of it. Okay, just have an idea that if a company reaches to a certain level, it will be called as Mini Ratna category 1, then Mini Ratna category 2, then it will be promoted to Navratna, and then it will be promoted to Maharatna. Okay, that's the idea behind this. आगे चलते हैं. Which of the following countries recently declared a state of emergency after earthquake? Magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 earthquake we had seen in Venezuela. D is the right answer. And after that, actually, emergency was declared. So where is India? This is South America. And here actually you will find Venezuela. The capital of Venezuela is Caracas. Here we had seen two back-to-back earthquakes of 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude. Let's move on to the next one. PM Modi handed over which made in India vessel to the Seychelles Coast Guard? So he had visited Seychelles recently. So PS Lace Power, that's the name. Lace Power, you can see it here. Handed over the first petrol vessel PS Lace Power. That's what you should know. Next is which of the following acts replaced Indian Telegraph Acts 1885? So Indian Telegraph Act was a very old act and now it has been replaced by Telecommunications Act 1993. It has been notified, right? So B is the right answer. So it is related with implementation of telecom laws. Next is at the Bonn climate talks, India urged clarity regarding what? So regarding climate tipping points. So C is the right answer. Basically this year the conference of parties, the United Nations Summit, it is called as UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. COP31 is going to happen in Antalya, Turkey. Okay. And before that, actually in June, we had seen a Bonn Climate Summit. That took place in Bonn in Germany. So in that talked about we should have a further discussion on climate tipping points, etc. India won first ever World Rowing Cup gold in which event? So right answer is option C, lightweight men's double sculls. World Rowing Cup, rowing क्या होता है? There's a boat race type something होता है, समझ लो, boat race type something, है ना? So these two Indians actually has won it, है ना? Lakshya and Ujjwal Kumar Singh. From Lucerne, Switzerland, where this event happened. Lucerne in Switzerland, this event happened. Next is India's humanitarian mission to earthquake hit Venezuela is called. Very, very important. So we have seen earthquake recently in Venezuela, and the name of the operation India conducted to help them was Operation Amistad. Very, very, very important. These types of operations are asked in the exam. C is the right answer. India's humanitarian assistance and disaster relief mission. Next is recently Madras High Court passed an order saying that if a person is a backward class, BC means backward class, and the person has converted to Islam or has become Muslim, he cannot claim backward class status there. So C is the right answer to this question. Okay, that's what you should know. Next is Vinita Soren recently became India's first tribal woman to summit what? So to summit Mount Everest. Summit means to reach on the top. Mount Everest is the world's highest peak of the world. You will find it in Nepal. And Vinita Soren actually became first tribal woman to reach that. She is from Jharkhand. C is the right answer to this question. Next is India's Lakshya and Ujjwal Kumar Singh. Yes, these are the two names. Hai? They have won world's first rowing cup gold medal. Where? So actually Lucerne in Switzerland, this event happened. We have just discussed. So B is the right answer to this question. Okay. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Please subscribe to our channel and press the like button.